Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Sex Ed for Adults, Part 8. Do you like the new podcast opener? I always like to switch up the intro songs and outro songs for you. Hear the same thing all the time. If you hate it, email me. All right, so today we're going to look at something people often wonder about. Why are we attracted to certain people and not others? The thing is, it's like, oh my gosh, attraction can feel mysterious, right? But psychology and neuroscience have uncovered several patterns that actually help explain it. I love research. I'm such a geek. So, research shows that attraction often involves a balance between two different forces, okay? You have novelty and familiarity. That familiarity is going to like create comfort and trust. Like you're used to it, you're cool with it, you're comfortable with it, your nervous system's chill with all that, right? And then that novelty creates curiosity and excitement and like new, right? So when we meet new people, we meet someone new, our novelty tends to kick in, right? That novelty activates dopamine in the brain. And that's a neurotransmitter that is associated with anticipation and reward. So that is one reason why relationships, the new ones, feel so freaking exciting. And it feels like you're on drugs, right? Because it basically is all of your neurotransmitters are like bing, 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 ding. I'm so stoked. So studies consistently show that people are often drawn to partners who share those similar lifestyles, interests, and values. And that does not mean that people must be identical, right? But when you have these shared perspectives, it's often going to make communication easier. But don't forget that, opposites attract, right? Maybe you have an introverted partner with an extroverted partner, right? There's a lot of different things. And then when people have different hobbies, then we get to share that with the other. And that's a new experience too. That's novelty as well. Let's talk about body language, all right? So a lot of attraction and communication happens through nonverbal signals, right? You get that eye contact. Someone's eyeing you across the bar, right? Or if you're having a conversation with someone you're, newly seeing and they're just really looking at you, it's just like, wow. Or smiling, or their tone of voice, right? Or physical orientation, right? Maybe the posture that they listen to you in when you talk, right? They kind of lean in, they turn their body towards you. Maybe they lean forward and like rest their chin on their hand, right? These signals communicate interest long before someone actually says anything directly to you, right? Have you been there? Let's talk about cultural influence, right? Attraction is also very shaped by culture, right? We have different societies emphasize different qualities when it comes to relationships, right? So then you have those cultures that value independence, others that emphasize that long-term stability, family roles, like, yeah, meet somebody, get married, have kids, buy the house, right? There's different roles that are expected of you. And like all these cultural influences like shape how people interpret compatibility and attraction, right? Some cultures are you date people within your culture, right? You date somebody of the same religion. So let's talk a little bit about the sex fact of today's episode. Here's an interesting fact from research, all right? Humans can sometimes detect genetic compatibility through scent. This is pheromones. So pheromones are actually secreted from your sweat glands, right? I'm not saying don't wear deodorant. Nobody will hit on you if you smell like an Italian sub. But if you've ever really just caught a whiff of somebody, maybe after the gym, and you're like, oh my God, they smell so good. That's the pheromones at play, right? So studies suggest that people may be subconsciously attracted to partners whose immune systems differ from their own. How cool is that? Researchers believe this may play a big role in evolutionary biology. Very cool, right? So I want you to think about this. This is your reflection question for today. What qualities tend to draw you towards someone besides their physical appearance? The thing is, my friends, like understanding attraction doesn't remove the mystery of relationships. But when we, look at the research. I hope it helps you see that attraction is influenced by many factors: social, biological, psychological, right? And that's the thing. There could have been a few I missed. Email me, lauren@laurengoyette.com. I'd love to chat with you more about it. So, stay attracted, stay curious, and maybe just lean into a little bit of like, what shapes the way that I'm attracted? Like if I have a type, right? Why do you think that is? I wonder, right? Isn't it super freaking interesting? All right, my friends, until next time, I would really love it if you took a quick second to like. I really appreciate you. And I'll talk to you next time on our next Sex Ed series. The next part's coming out once a week. I deliver these for you. Bye, friends. Mwah.